At 84, Ringo Starr, the iconic drummer of the Beatles, has finally spoken openly about a truth that fans and music historians have long suspected: the toll that fame, personal battles, and the shadow of the Beatles truly took on him. While he's always been the fun-loving, peace-promoting Beatle, Ringo's recent reflections reveal a much deeper, more emotional journey than most ever imagined. In a heartfelt interview celebrating his 84th birthday, Ringo shared that for decades, he felt like the forgotten Beatle, the one who kept the beat while the world focused on Lennon and McCartney. "People never saw the pressure I was under," he admitted. "There were days when I didn't think I mattered as much. But now I know I was holding everything together." This emotional confession has left fans both shocked and deeply moved. Ringo's drumming style, often dismissed as simple, was actually a revolutionary force. It was his steady rhythm, swing, and intuition that gave the Beatles their signature sound. From Come Together to A Day in the Life, his subtle genius was always present, even if not always celebrated. He now admits that the constant comparison to his bandmates created years of insecurity. "They were writing masterpieces," he said, "and I was just trying to keep up." But what Ringo finally understands, and what he wants his fans to know, is that every note he played mattered. His sound, his energy, his presence, it was the heartbeat of the band, beyond the music. Ringo also opened up about his struggles with addiction during the 1970s, in what he calls his darkest period. He battled alcoholism that nearly ended his career. "I lost years of my life in a haze," he confessed. "I was lucky to have people who cared enough to pull me out." He and his wife, Barbara Bach, eventually sought help together, and have now been sober for decades. His honesty about this chapter is part of what makes his recent revelation so powerful, not just a legend speaking, but a man who has lived, fallen, and risen again. Now, with a renewed focus on health, creativity, and love, Ringo is still touring, recording music with his all-star band and spreading the message he has championed for years: peace and love. He remains an active force in the music world, and his energy at 84 is nothing short of inspiring. But it's his willingness to finally admit his private pain and silent struggles that has fans seeing him in a new light. The man who once stood in the back of the stage behind a drum kit is now standing front and center, reminding us that everyone has their own story of struggle, even behind a smiling face. At 84, Ringo Starr is no longer just the drummer of the Beatles. He's a survivor, a symbol of peace, and a man who has finally embraced his own greatness. And now the world is embracing it too.